Welcome back. We are getting into lesson 2. This is your host, Dr. Tulipo Mwenfumbo. We continue in the course entitled Human Capital Management or Human Resource Management. So, Human Capital Management Lesson 2. We are looking at human capital measurement and analytics. This is your host, Dr. Tulipo Mwenfumbo. So in lesson 2, we are going to look at human capital measurement and analytics. Human capital metrics, we are going to look at human capital metrics and benchmarks. We are going to look at measuring human capital return on investment, and also we are going to look at using data analytics to inform human capital decisions. Human capital metrics and benchmarks. What is it? Human capital metrics and benchmarks refers to the quantitative measures used to evaluate the performance and effectiveness of an organization human capital. So in this subject, or in this lesson, we are going to look at there is what is called overemploying, where you have overemployed and you cannot measure the profits from, or the losses you are making through human resource. So how can we work it out as a resource manager to be able to manage the resource that you have and be able to have more capitals? So types of metrics. There is what is called workforce metrics, which measures of workforce composition, such as head count, turnout, and diversity. So there is workforce metrics. So in this one, you measure the workforce composition, such as head count. That's where now you count the number of workers that you have. Then we have got also performance metrics. Now, performance metrics, this is the measures of individual and team performance, such as productivity, quality, and customer satisfaction. Now, in this one, you measure individual's performance or team performance. You are not looking at the number of people that you are having in an organization, but you are looking at how those people are able to produce in an organization. Then there is also learning and development metrics. So these measures of learning and development initiatives, such as training, participation, skills assessment, and certification. So in this one, you measure your workers on how they are performing or what is their education to execute their duties. Skill makes someone to do things easily. Even the Bible says a man with a skill does things easily, but a man without a skill struggles in doing things. This is in Good News. It is speaks straight like that, but in KJV it says a man with a dull axe will struggle in cutting the tree, but the man with a sharp axe will cut things tree easily. So that is what happens also to the skill. So this is the opposite of workforce metrics. In the workforce metrics, you'd find that you have got a lot of people, but little turnover. It's like people are doing the work which they don't know. If people you have given the work which they don't know to perform, they are going to take time to perform. I'll give you an example. There was a time that I parked the vehicle, and the following day when I wanted to start the engine, it couldn't start. So what happens is that I called the mechanic, and he told me, can you just open the bonnet and then just breathe a bit, and just use the spanner number 10 and just and tie it, or showed me where it told me where to do. I did that. It couldn't start from 10 hours up to the time he came at 16 hours. So when he came, he just said, oh, let's go. And he did the same thing that I was doing, which I did from 10 hours to 16 hours, and it was not working. And I saw him touching on the same pace, and he went into the vehicle, and the vehicle started. What was the difference? It is what is called the technical know-how. Now, what are benchmarks? Benchmarks, there is what is called internal benchmarks, which is the comparison of performance metrics within an organization. So, the how is the organization performing? That is what is called internal metrics. And there is also what is called external benchmarks. This is the comparison of performance metrics with industry average or best practices. So now that is when we talk about external benchmarks, that is where now you are measuring. For example, if you have got an engineer, the work that he is doing, is it universal, or the performance, can it be measured according to the input that this man or this woman is supposed to put in, or what others do at with the same position, and the income they bring into the organization with the same skill? Then there is also measuring human capital return on investment. This one, which is called ROI, Human Capital uh, Return on Investment, which refers to the financial return generated by investments in human capital, such as training, development, and recruitment. So this is a measurement where you are trying to look at return on investment. If you send your staff to the workshop and they come back, so you invested in that training, and how is the performance? What is the change? Have you increased in performance? Maybe you sent your workers into customer service. So now when they return, are they able to perform as per expected? Then there is also calculating human capital. Uh, Remember, we are looking at return on investment. So you are calculating on the calculating human capital on return on investment. That is, identify the investment, determine the cost of the human capital investment. How much has how much investment have you made in this particular person, or can what this person do be compared with the output what this person can bring in an organization or in a company? Determine the return, measure the financial return generated by the investment. So the investment, the payments that you are paying this staff, can it be measured with the results? And this is the challenge that we have, sorry to say, on civil servants. So if we can be able to calculate, to do what is called a return on investment, can what somebody is doing be compared with what he is given. Can a teacher who is teaching pupils in a government institution, can the money that is given by the government be compared with the input and compared with the one in the private institution? So that is what is called determine the return measurement. So there is also calculating the return on investment. Divide the return by the investment and multiply by 100 using data analytics to inform human resource. So when you look at that, are you able to are you able to measure and see that you're making profits? For example, if we take, maybe you are a teacher. As I'm teaching, I've got maybe one student who is learning. Then can my performance be be aggregate to what that student is paying? You may find that here there may be two things. It's either I'm putting in much but I'm having less return, or I'm putting in less yet I'm getting more. So that is where now you measure the return. Now there is also what is called capital decision. When you're doing the metrics on return, there is what is called capital decision. This is defined as data analytics, refers to the use of statistics and mathematical techniques to analyze data and inform business decisions. So now you are looking at maybe on profit, how much you are spending maybe on production, the people that are in production, how much you are spending also on machinery, and you look at that. Is it giving profit? Is it aggregate? Do we have workers that needs to be terminated? You have heard about uh, what is called pruning. When we talk about pruning, this is what it means, whereby you remove some workers, but you enforce that the work should be performed. Maybe there were 10 workers doing the same thing, then you leave 5 workers. You motivate those workers by increasing their salaries and working hard. So that is what we use in human resource. So there is application of data analytics in human capital management. That is predictive analytics. So there is what is called predictive. Use data analytics to predict future human capital trends and challenges. So you use what happened in the past. You use the past to be able to predict the future. Then there is also prescriptive analytics, that is use data analytics to identify the best course of action to address human capital challenges. Now, that is where now you look at the future, and you look at which is prescriptive. You assess the situation, you analyze, and you plan now on how best you can be able to realize or to use the human capital to make more profits, or to reduce human capital so that there is more returns. And you look at what methods are you going to use. Then there is also what is called descriptive analytics. which is use data analytics to describe current human capital trends and challenges. So the challenges that you are facing, like with a human, is it that the human resource, is it that you have got more people and who are just not doing anything, but you need to pay them? So those, you have to be able to take that data as the uh, as the human resource manager. So this helps in making decisions. So in making a decision as a human resource manager, or as a business person who has employed people, you have to look at predictive analytics, prescriptive analytics, and descriptive analytics. And also you look at what is you look at all these things, and you are able to measure the performance. Then there is benefits of data analytics in human capital management. So why should we do what is called data analytics? So what are the benefits? Now, in data analytics, there is what is called improved decision making. So when you take the data analytically, you are going to improve the decision. So you'll be able to make an informed decision. Data analytics provides insights that inform human capital decisions. Then it also going to help you increase efficiency. Data analytics automatize many human capital process, increasing efficiency. For example, or at a farm, you measure, should I buy a tractor or should I employ people? So you find that the tractor can be able to cultivate maybe 10 hectares in 1 week. Yet, for if you are to employ people, you have to employ hundreds of people to do that. So now, how much are you going to pay the hundreds of people to do the work that the tractor can do? So that is where now you do it helps in increasing efficiency. So you'll be able to calculate in those lines. Then 3, enhanced competitiveness. So data analytics provide insight that enable organizations to gain a competitive advantage. So those are the things that has to be looked at. Now, what have we looked at in this lesson? So we have looked at human capital metrics and benchmarks are essential for evaluating the performance and effectiveness of an organization human capital. So this lesson, we are specifically looking at evaluating the performance of your human capital by by analyzing the performance of human capital. And we were also looking at measuring human capital return on investment as critical for determining the financial return on investment. And also we looked at data analytics is a powerful tool for informing human capital decisions and driving business. So we have looked at 3 things: human capital metrics. We have looked at measuring human capital through a return on investment, and also we have looked at data analytics as a powerful instrument to measure or to make informed decision as the management or as the human resource manager or human capital resource. For more information, and if you want to learn more about what we have just talked about, you need to order this book, which is The Management of Human Capital, or Human Resource Management course book. This book is just going at 270 kwacha hard copy, and soft copy it is going at 100 kwacha. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Let's meet in the next class.